One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, home of the Boston College Eagles. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the California Golden Bears, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Boston College Eagles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Boston College lined up, ready to kick off and get things going. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So California's offense will have the football first. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
The run from the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. It's Shimonic. Got the quick pass. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. And he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers.
Touchdown, Golden Bears! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Boston College's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Boston College right back to the line.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
From the gun, running back on the move. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Made a defender miss. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And the Golden Eagles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll run play action. Grabbed behind the line. It's Peppers. Defense uses the sideline there, and he gets it into plus territory at the 49. Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Boston College will send out the punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. To throw, it's Shamanik. Catch in the middle, it's Ramsey. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires left. He's got an open man. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting it.
Oh, he's got some space. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and Cal is on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Running back searching for a hole. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Shamanik. Finds us back in the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny. You spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these.
Touchdown, defense cashing it in on that drive. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
14, Boston College, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Unloads quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. Wants to keep it in the air. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide.
There he goes. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Use the play fake, now to throw. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
He worked his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Still some work to do here on third and goal from the 3. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Boston College! It's a much-needed life for this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. If you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Shamanik. There's the pressure. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. The Golden Bears will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Here's the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Yeah, and it's so hard to contain this guy with all those options he has and the experience at the quarterback spot. But nice job by the defense limiting the damage. Didn't give up a huge game.
Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Leaves it with the running back. Able to to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The Golden Eagles will hustle to the line. He'll do it himself. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Trying play action. Touchdown, Boston College. Made the grab in the end zone for the score. The extra point here would tie the game. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Right back to the well. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. And the Golden Bears with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Scanning the field, it's Shimonic. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier.
Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Golden Bears getting set on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Golden Bears! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Boston College, 14.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Working the middle, it's complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab on the left. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Golden Eagles want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw again. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. He wants to go deep. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. From the 22 on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. He makes a grab. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The Golden Eagles had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Let's it fly. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. 1st and goal now. Let's see what Boston College calls. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got it on the run. And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Touchdown, Eagles! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to throw, it's Shamanik. Snagged out of the air. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. The give out of the gun. Turns it on at midfield. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been taking in some scene there today in Chestnut Hill. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Alumni Stadium.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Boston College wants to play fast.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Throwing right. Makes a connection. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This Boston College offense has it working.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out
and the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, it's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Gonna take a shot. It's complete. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. And the Golden Eagles, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Well, at this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays. And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And with that, they've taken the lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Got his man. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the 1st as they mark it at the 32.
Hey, QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. And the Golden Bears will line it up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Shamanik. It's complete on the right side. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. They'll go to the ground. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16. Got 3 on 1st down and 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Cal! They take the lead with the 6. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Plows through the defense. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Boston College right back to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wants to bring it back. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Shimonik. They're working that left side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. We open the final period with a 3rd down play. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man on the right. At the 40, there he goes. Offense on the move. A big play there, gets it to the 30.
Well, not every explosive play in the passing game needs to be a 70-yard bomb down the field. If you find your running back in the progression, you just get it to him quickly. He's one of the most dangerous guys on the field with the ball in his hands, and he showed you that. Great vision, great speed, phenomenal job after the catch, and it's a big play for the offense in the passing game.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Got the back over the middle. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time. Touchdown, Golden Bears! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. Leaves it with the back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Boston College wants to play fast.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And no messing around right now if you're on offense. This is the time where execution has got to be at a premium. You need to hit completions, David. They need some big plays.
And you just want to keep pressuring them and keep making them use the clock, give them the underneath stuff. And again, when they drive the football down the field, you can't give up touchdowns. Field goal at this point is not going to hurt my defense.
So now it's second and long.
I don't think the quarterback made the right read on that play. I know they're asking a lot of this QB. He's got a lot to focus on with the...
Turning it on. Touchdown, Boston College. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yards after catch. That's what this guy gives you. That was a simple slant pass. He caught it. Made got...
The pressure gets to him. Quarterback is sacked, and the two-point attempt is denied, and the lead stays right where it is.
Boston College, 30.
On the move from inside his 5. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in again.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Quick strike complete. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking for a man, it's Shamanik. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force some completions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
The crowd elevating its energy, willing this defense to get a stop on this big 3rd down. The Golden Bears decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll just down it right there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Peppers. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Boston College right back to the line. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged edged boil, guys. See if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
Quarterback on the keeper. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Offense, quick tempo.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
BC back to work after picking up the first down. They'll run it from the gun. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Boston College. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. A little screen to the running back. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Gets it out quickly. Breaks the tackle, and he's got room. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game. The inside handoff.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And you know what? The best third down offenses don't get the third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard, got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs third downs if you can just pound it down their throat on second down?
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it. That's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
Give to the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Spits it out to the back. It's complete to the right. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And, guys, a perfect opportunity here to take the lead late. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Cal! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He made the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. Time's running out, Jesse. They're in a world of trouble, but as long as you've got a few ticks, there's a chance.
And they've got a quarterback, David. Just going to have to come down to some good old-fashioned heroics, right? You can't take a sack. You're going to have to buy time, and you're going to have to make some incredible throws.
Buy some time and show off that cannon, because he's going to have to throw this thing a long way down the field and get really, really lucky.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's taking a deep shot. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down. They want to throw it. Under fire. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Oh, look out on the right. And this defense breaks it open as they return it to the house for 6. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses that evolve so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and